Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday the 23rd of July and Monday the 24th of July 2023. In today's Millwall news, tickets are on sale for Norwich City away. Millwall travel to Carrow Road on Sunday. If you didn't know, it's been moved. It's going to be on Sky, but tickets are on sale anyway. To Sunday the 20th of August, kick-off at 12 midday. To take on Norwich City in the Sky Bet Championship, and tickets are now on sale to season ticket holders. The tickets will go on sale to members from 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday, 26th of July. Tickets are priced at £26 adult, £16 over 65, £16 for 18 to 20s, £11 for under 18s, and £6 for under 12s. Under 14s need to go with an adult. There's all the other stuff. Coaches will leave the den at 6:30 a.m. Coach tickets are priced at £25. We have an initial allocation of 1,614 tickets. So there you go. On sale now. Got a feeling that this season you might need to keep up with when tickets go on sale if you want to get one for certain games. I don't think you can just rock up. Now, moving on to tomorrow's game. Preview of the Charlton Fleck friendly. So this is from millwallfc.co.uk. Millwall take on Charlton Fleck in a pre-season friendly at the Den on Tuesday night. Kick off at 7:45 p.m. The Lions are back in action in the SE16 for the first time in 23-24. Yeah, first time friendly of the season. Following last Tuesday's 2-0 victory at Sutton United against League One addicts. Supporters will get their first glimpse of summer signings Kevin Nisbet, Joe Bryan and Wes Harding and Casper De Norre. Well, will they though? More on that later. I don't think Gary Rowett told the person who wrote this what's happening against Dean Holden's side, whilst Gary Rowett will also continue to utilise his squad ahead of the season beginning. Both teams will wear black armbands in memory of John Berylson, whilst Charlton's captain and manager will lay flowers before kick-off by the dugout. Millwall Football Club will pay tribute to Berylson in full on Saturday the 12th of August as the Lions entertain Bristol City at the Den in the Sky Bet Championship. Yeah, tickets are on sale, but you can also watch it on Millwall TV. And yes, more details than that also from millwallfc.co.uk. Watch Tuesday's pre-season friendly on Millwall TV. Millwall take on Charlton Fleck in a pre-season friendly at the Den on Tuesday the 20th of July. And Lions fans can watch the match action on Millwall TV for just £5. Supporters must have a Millwall profile to purchase the stream. Enjoy the 90 minutes from SE16 alongside full match commentary and much more. Purchase your match pass below. Yeah, so you need to register. Basically, have a Millwall profile means you have an account with Millwall. And then you just buy subscriptions as you need. They call it subscriptions. Each match is a subscription. There's also season-long subscriptions that you can buy. But you can buy. In order to do that, you go to, I believe, you go to the match. Yeah, you go to the match preview, and I think you can buy there. Yeah, and it'll say in the black screen at the top. It'll say at the bottom, upgrade your streaming options. You click on that, and then it will take you through to what you can buy. But you need to be logged in to do that, I believe. So, talking about who's actually going to be playing in this game. Gary Rowett talking to londonnewsonline.co.uk, South London Press's online website. Mill boss reveals a new signing may not feature against Charlton. Mill's new signing Casper De Norre may not feature in tomorrow night's friendly against Charlton at the Den. The Lions landed midfielder De Norre from Hood Everly Leuven for an undisclosed fee at the end of last week, with centre-back Wes Harding, a free agent after turning down a new deal at Rotherham, also completing the switch. We're waiting on visas for Casper's and clearance, said Rowett. whose side played a behind closed door match against Bournemouth on Saturday. So they did play a game on Saturday. I knew they would. Casper's played pre-season games and trained quite a lot, so if he's available for the game, then he'll get good minutes. Wes has only trained Friday, and that's his only ball work in the 20 minutes he came on against Bournemouth, which, if I'm being honest, was probably too soon. We decided to do it anyway to get him involved, and he'll get some minutes, but I wouldn't want to play him for too long because of condition risk and injury risk. He'll probably be used a little more sporadically until we feel he's got enough training for us to risk him. He hasn't sprinted and played more than 15 to 20 minutes intensely. Danny McNamara could be back for Fortuna Sittard on Saturday. So Danny McNamara's out with a quad injury. Oh dear. So that was the second injury of pre-season following George Honeyman, but he's only seems to be out for like a week. Centre back Jake Cooper had an issue in the same area on Friday, but is expected to feature against Alex after training this morning. Rowett comes up against one of his former clubs tomorrow. He signed for Charlton in 2002 from Leicester, but injury prevented him from making an impact. The Alex are now under new ownership after Global Football Partners completed a deal on Friday. Dean and the guys there, they did really well last season under difficult circumstances with all the takeover talk, said Rowett. It's never easy, is it? As a Millwall manager, I'm always loath to say someone is a really big club, but they are one of your local rivals for fear of being vilified by your own fans. But having played there, they are a club that had been in the Premier League for quite a number of years. I'm sure their plan is not to stay in League One for very long. It's a competitive division. A takeover gives you clarity and maybe some funds to push on. I think if Dean is given that opportunity, it will be interesting to see how they get on this season. They had some good loan players last year, made some good signings, and they showed really good signs. I did a few of their games for TV, and they were impressive in some of those games. I suppose just consistency is the challenge. I'm sure they'll be looking to have a very good season. It's good for a local club, whether it's our rivals or not, to have clarity. Hopefully they can move forward. I know everyone would love me to say it's got so much more edge. If it's a league game, then there's an edge. We've seen that in games with incredible atmospheres. The players are aware it's a local team, and you've got to perform. I don't think you'd have quite the same edge in a pre-season game. The football's less physical and frenetic because you haven't got 15,000 or 20 fans draining the atmosphere. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a pre-season game. Don't think it means that much to many Millwall fans. I think if Charlton fans, they win, it'll mean something to them. But if they don't, then they'll say, "Oh, it didn't mean anything anyway." Post factum. But yeah, kind of worrying. We've got a lot of injuries problems now already. So yes, there we go. So Casper Denor unlikely to be playing. He can only play in behind closed doors games, I believe, because that's the same thing that happened to Zion Fleming. He couldn't play in front of fans. What was it? Was it at Dartford? Because a lot of fans went down there expecting to see him, and oh no, he can't play because it's technically you need a work permit for that. You can train and you can play in a unofficial game. So rules is rules, isn't it? If we didn't have rules, where would we be? Exactly. So, talking of the game against Charlton, they've actually got a mascot. So the club actually taking it seriously. Obviously, still no program. They got rid of the program last season. No signs they're going to bring it back. Obviously, they've got the digital thing that they email out so people buy tickets. So Millwall Football Club's matchday mascot for Tuesday night's pre-season friendly with Charlton is Amy Bolton. I believe Amy is the one on the right. Amy Bolton there. Amy attends Sydenham School and includes her hobbies as watching football, playing tennis, and being Millwall's #1 fan. She's pictured above with Tom Bradshaw, who's her favourite Millwall player. We hope you have a fantastic night, Amy. So yeah, there you go. One mascot for tomorrow's game. Not bad. Now, this come up. I haven't read this yet. I've read the headline. Kind of made me smile. Like, really? Is this foreshadowing? Are we going to be signing that goalkeeper from Bournemouth this week? We did play the friendly on Saturday against Bournemouth behind closed doors. Did that guy change sides at half time, the goalkeeper? I don't know. This from southwarknews.co.uk. Millwall manager says all positions, including the goalkeeper, are up for grabs. Does he mean within the squad, or does he mean from outside of the squad, bringing new players in. Gary Rowett switches number one part way into the season last year. Gary Rowett says all positions in his lineup are up for grabs, including the goalkeeper. The Millwall boss changed his number one partway through last season as Bartosz Białkowski was replaced by George Long 10 games into the Championship campaign. But Rowett says that places are there to be won during pre-season. Asked about the goalkeeping situation, the Lions manager told News at Den, "I think the opportunities are there for every player to stamp their mark on the team pre-season, and that's for any position in the squad. You have an idea as a manager of what a strong starting 11 looks like, but there's always that flexibility. There's always players that look really good pre-season, that challenges that thinking. So we want that competition, we want that quality amongst the group. And then the best 11 usually will start, and it's up to them to fight and keep the shirt. But I think there's a lot of work to be done, games to be played, and opportunities for people to impress." Both keepers got 45 minutes in the opening friendly against Gillingham, with Long having far more to do in the second half during the 2-0 win. Before Long played the full 90 minutes and also kept a clean sheet in a 3-0 victory against Sutton. Indeed, and Truman played against Bromley, so I don't know if he did because they didn't put out a team. I'm guessing Białkowski then played against Brentford under 21s. I assume so, or it might have been Joe Wright, or one of the other many goalkeepers that we've signed. We've got like 5 or 6 goalkeepers at the club now, including the under 21s. So there's the kit there. Just a reminder, that is the new goalkeeping kit. Yep. No wonder he covers it up with that blue one. Now, moving on to this, also from the Southern News. Mill's George Saville on responsibility to help younger players. The Lions have several youthful talents looking to break into the first team. George Saville believes he has a responsibility to help the young players settle into Mill's senior team. The experienced 30-year-old has seen plenty of youthful stars join the Lions squad this pre-season as they bid to impress manager Gary Rowett. Romain Esse, 18, has so far shone brightest and has won praise from Rowett and his teammate Duncan Watmore. Saville has also been impressed with the young group and believes he has a role in helping them to develop. He told News at Den, "Being a bit senior now, it's a little bit of my responsibility to make sure they're good, talk to lads, make sure they're comfortable, and make sure they're working hard as well. So as a senior lad, I think you naturally do that anyway. They've been good. The young lads who've been with us in pre-season, they've had a strong finish to last season by winning their under-21 league, so they deserve to be with us this pre-season. And they've done well, so it's promising. With more subs being on the bench this year, that gives opportunities to some young lads to stay with us and train. And you never know, during the season there's always injuries and suspensions, and the Championship is difficult. So we'll need a full squad, and if you're involved, then I'm pretty sure most people will get their chances." Indeed. Well, one player who won't be involved at Millwall, but is going out on loan, that was announced today, is young Nana Boateng. Nana Boateng joins Woking on loan. He's joined on loan until January 2024. 20-year-old and an integral part of Millwall's under-21s Professional Development League Southern Division and National League Final double in 22-23, has just signed a new contract with them. Boateng, however, will now continue his development at Kingfield Stadium, playing in the Vanarama National League under the guidance of Darren Saal. Woking began their 23-24 campaign, their campaign at Kidderminster Harriers on Saturday the 5th of August. Supporters will be able to keep up to date with the progress of the Lions loanees throughout the season in Millwall FC's Loan Watch feature. Good luck, Nana. Yes, I think this is pretty much do or die now. You can see he's 20 years old. They say that there. And the team is the under-21s. So this is the last year. He needs to move on, or he's gonna get released. Because it's an under-21s, and if you're not under 21, you need to be part of the first team, or you're not going to be involved. See, a National League, I would say, first and foremost, you want this guy to do well. You want them all to do well. If it's not with Millwall, that's fine. Just to progress and carry on and to continue as a professional footballer. It's good to see. You've seen many young players leave Millwall from the junior level and then carry on, work their way through, and then become decent professional footballers at other clubs. That's fine. What I would say, obviously we're in the championships now. There's a certain level, standard that you need to be at. And I would say if you're going to the National League, you need to perform. Because what is that, like 3 levels below the championship? So in terms of what you do at that club, if you get the chance to be on the pitch, I don't know if he's going to be a starter or what. I think Woking did pretty well last season, weren't they? At the top of the table, so I think they were. You need to put the numbers up in the National League, because I remember back in went on loan. Everyone knew he was a decent player, a decent young player. Went on loan to Bournemouth in League One. Absolutely smashed the scoring record. Scored like 50 goals in a season. Absolutely amazing. Nana doesn't have to do that, but he does need to be. I think he needs to be in one of the top 50 players in the Vanarama National League. And how you do that, obviously everything's stats now. I show you the whoscored.com and stuff like that, where they measure what you do on the pitch, passing, tackling, assists, goals, all kinds of things get measured these days. You need to put up the numbers, and you need to do well enough to be one of the top 50 players in the league. Obviously, that's per game. So if you don't play, but when you do play, you need to do something on the pitch. So yeah, just go with that mindset and trying to do something that can be recorded and measured, and can attract attention, and you'll get your rewards. You will get your rewards, whether that's at Millwall or another club. It is what it is. You've seen Isaac Alofi leave. He got into the playoff final. They narrowly lost, but still, he's cracking on. He's still playing. Talking of former Millwall players still playing, I know it was a bit of a shock. I don't think it will be to many who didn't rate him at the end. Obviously, he's getting on a bit. Scott Malone has signed for Gillingham. Obviously, there's a local connection there with Neil Harris, so there is that. Like, you've got these former players who've played many years in the league. They've all got their money, got their stuff, probably got kids now. They don't want to be travelling around the whole country. I thought, okay, I'll sign for this local club, even though it's probably a step below where I could get a contract. He signed for Gillingham in League Two. And then, like I say, a lot of Millwall fans will, yeah, that's his level. He's fucking dog shit. Well, maybe he's not Championship level, but certainly think he's better than League Two. But that's it. You want to carry on living local so you can have a better work-life balance. Get home and spend some time with your kids, isn't it? So the 32-year-old was a free agent after being released by Millwall last season. Has made more than 400 senior appearances for 9 clubs. He spent the past 3 seasons at Millwall, the first on loan from Derby, and played 118 games for the club. He's played in the top 4 tiers of English football after spending the 2017-18 season with Huddersfield Town when they were in the Premier League. League 2 Gillingham have not disclosed the length of Malone's contract. So it could be until January, but you would think it'd be at least a season. Apparently Gillingham been taken over by an American guy who took over from Scally. So they're on a firm footing now, it seems. And some money being pumped into the club. There you go. It's kind of weird in Kent. Football in Kent is kind of weird. You have these big kind of non-league teams. And they're all very individual. You've got your Dartfords, your Ebbsfleet, Maidstone, Dover. And they get up to they like boss the Conference South, run away with the league, but when they get into the National League, they just struggle. Maybe it's the travel, because obviously you're right in the far southeast corner of the country and you've got to go travel all over the place. maybe if you're not a pro, if you're semi-pro, trying to get players to sign for you, and you have to do so much travelling, probably not an option. It kind of weakens your ability to compete. But yeah, Gillingham, preeminent club in Kent for many years, I think. Seem to be on the up. Will they win the league? I don't know. Certainly going to do better than they did last season when they were struggling against relegation for most of it before pulling away at the end of the season. So there you go, Scott Malone joining the rest of the former Millwall players at Gillingham. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.